Hello, welcome back to another beautiful day. Maybe not, but it has been pretty spring-like this week, and for a couple of weeks actually. Above average temperatures. I'm looking at the 2-week forecast. We're not forecasting any frost here. Really low temperature, lowest about 4, then even up to like 15, 16 during the day sometimes. So I've decided to move ahead with the gardening going into spring. So we'll just have a look. So first off here I've uncovered the bananas. I did this 2 days ago. You can see it's starting to push out. Starting to push out the rollers, and that's rock solid. Nice and firm, no problems there. So if we do get any frost later on in the month, which it looks unlikely, but I can just cover that back up. So on these palms, this is the Booty odorata. I had a cover over it, so I've left posts in, took cover off just in case you need to recover it. But that'll get some sun on it now. You can see it's a bit yellow. New growth tends to be a bit yellow. Does seem to be carrying this bit of damage in as well. You can see there on last year's leaf, it's got some, and it just keeps repeating. So I don't know what that is. You can see on the new, well, this is a new frond and it's got that in as well. So hopefully it can grow out of that. So there is a lot of plants coming back to life. Persicaria coming through. I've just mulched this, so it'll all be pushing through. Nice signs of spring. This is what I want to see. Tetrapanax pushing leaves out. That's what I hate it this time of year, if we get good weather and then you get a frost, because it kills back all this new growth. So hopefully now that it has started growing, it won't go backwards and get a frost, because then you just lose all that new growth, that nice new growth. This is Yucca rostrata, which I'm thinking about maybe putting in front garden. Don't know yet, not sure. To see what they're like with root disturbance. So I think it will look good in the front garden. I will show the front garden. I'm just doing some work in there, putting some olive trees in from the garden, front back, into front. The fritillaries are growing now. Even got some flowers on. Probably grow about up here before the flower, but they're multiplying every year. We've got 4 plants in there now. Tulips are all budding up, one's even flowered. All them signs of growth. Daffodils, all the bluebells. Left the arid bed covered up because it is still going to be cold and probably be wet. It's been quite dry recently, but I'll just keep these covered up while probably end up month, rather than letting them get wet and cold. This little euphorbia, I think that's a flower on it. Got all new growth. I mean, what are we on now? The 6th of March. So maybe a bit early, but not too bad for all this growth. Like I say, you don't want it too early, just in case you do get a frost. But looking at the forecast, we should be alright. Got some edemeras coming up. Sort of like, I think they call them desert candles. Got a big flower spike up here with all yellow flowers, and there's actually 3 here this year. And you have to keep a bit like a peony, you have to keep the base of it exposed, and then it flowers a lot better. Yeah, so looking forward to that. And I must have separated one of these a couple of years ago, because there's one here. I just can't remember moving that. So unless it's spread by seed, I've moved it to here, but it is covered. So I need to uncover that just so it can flower. It's got a daffodil out in flower there. Fallen over, I need to pin that back up. So I'm going to cut the leaves off the camarops round the bottom. So just all these ones that are damaged all the way around, cut all them off. I've got a load of spider plants under there. They all survived last winter, so they should have survived this, I would have thought. So they'll all come through, and then I'll just leave the ones that are sort of sticking up. Anything that's gone horizontal we're chopped off. And you can see that nice yellow trunk in there. You can see the old trunk and then the nice new yellow trunk here. A beautiful palm once they get to this size. And what I'll do, I'll let it grow to about this tall, and then I will let the suckers grow. So at the minute I like it as a single trunk palm, but I will let it sucker and turn into a bushy palm as time goes on. Still got the Washingtonia covered. I could probably take the top off, which I might do. If we're going to get some sunnier days, I might take the top off that, or maybe one at sides. But it is looking pretty good. Bit of brown tips on it. Probably pretty dry in there, which I don't know if it minds that. But you can see a bit of new growth. Where's my finger there? So that look, no, new stem here, new fronds pushing out. So hopefully that'll be fine. I'll take this off and then get in there and have a look. I've also took the cover off, or just the top sheet off the jubea. I just cover these just because I've got the stuff to cover them. You might as well try and protect a palm that you like. This did spaple. It were actually spaple when I bought it, which I wasn't massively into palms then, so I didn't know it was spapled. I actually got it online, but it did grow, and you can see that is the old sort of plant there, and this is the new one. This is growing into a real beast. Flawless through the winter. Couple of new fronds pushing, you know when a palm's up when it's pushing out multiple fronds. So yeah, I can't wait till that starts growing up. Little cycad, that's still covered, but let's have a look. It's not looking the best, but it looks like it's still alive. I've had this thing ground for years. I actually planted another big one the other year, and last year it died for some reason, I don't know why, because I just covered it exactly the same as what I've done this one. But you never know. Seems alright. Stick that back over. Still got the Phoenix covered. Again, same as the Washingtonia. I could probably take the top bit off, but I'll leave it for now. Bit of yellow tips, but looking down into the palm it all looks green. That should be fine. You can see the difference here, how dry it is compared to how wet this is, and then how dry it is under there. So it should be fine with that. All different things growing now. Cosmea. Agapanthus coming back. That time of year, I think we all, as gardeners, we all love it. When everything starts growing back, climbers are coming. It does feel early, but maybe this is about what happened last year. But last year we had really good weather. It just continued right through April, so hopefully we can get that again. This is the Fatsia polycarpa that I split. There were actually two, so I split them, and this is still looking good. Doesn't look like about a week or so ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. Doesn't look like any transplant shock, so yeah, I'm hopeful with that. Normally the leaves would have started wilting by now if it didn't like it, so yeah, hopefully. More persicaria in here. Self-seeded euphorbia. Still got the cover on the tree ferns, but only because I forgot to stick it off. So let's take that off, because that should be fine now. It's like I think I've said before with this tree fern, it had really big fronds on it, and then they just went tiny. So I'm not sure what happened. It's so tight in there you can't see in to what's actually happening. But I think the main plant died, and this is just like maybe sort of like a pup coming off it or something like that. So yeah, I don't know what happened there. Looking forward to seeing how this aspidistra grows this year. It grew really well last year. Most of these are new fronds. This is a hardy Castayan plant, known as an house plant, but I've had no protection on this. The damage is from sunburn. Put them out a bit too early last year and they've got a bit of sunburn on. But yeah, nice clustering palm. So yeah, hopefully that can fill all that gap. Got another one here, a bit more sunburn on it. Probably more exposed to sun there. It does look better shaded than that one. And then another one under there. Another banana pushing growth. That one flowered last year, so that's died, or 2 years ago. This one flowered last year, so that'll be dead. Even though it's still solid, that'll be dead. You can see that. Pups, there were loads of pups on this. I think I've lost a couple of pups. Maybe they'll grow from the ground. Loquat pushing new leaves out. Taiwaniana thinking about it. Really good. Great plant that. Melianthus been cut back. Should grow from the base. Even the fig tree is having a bit of a think about bursting out. This is the other polycarpa. Again, no signs of wilting or anything like that, so I'm hoping that it'll be good. You see this bit of damage from insects. Already getting insect damage at this time of year. They're normally done by bees, leaf cutter bees. I'd be surprised if they're out at this time of year. So yeah, maybe a caterpillar. The other tree fern, the bigger one. I said in the last video, this was pushing fronds out when I looked at it in January. I think it'd been pushing fronds out through the winter, through December when it was mild, really mild. Yeah, that's getting to be a good size trunk on that, nearly a foot of trunk there. And I bought this, it had no trunk on it at all. And then you can see very little damage over winter. They had a bit of browning here and there, but mostly looking good. So yeah, nice tree fern. It's Acacia Dilbata in full flower now. Got these little pom-poms of flowers. Really nice little flowers and a good growing plant that. Looking forward to watching this one grow. Bit more flower. So yeah, so I've been taking a few shelters off. Some things left them for now, but maybe I will just sort of like take the tops off, get a bit of rain in, get a bit of sunlight in. Probably do that over the next week or so. Just keep checking weather forecast, make sure there's no frost coming. Hopefully we can get through March with no frost, and then April, if there is frost, it tends to be light and then the days are warm. So what we're on now is it's about 5:30 and we're still light. So it's getting there. We're getting really close to full on spring now, not the full on growth where everything just bursts into life. So yeah, let me know if you've been taking the winter protection off. What I haven't done is started hardening off plants from the greenhouse, which I'm going to start to do. So this phoenix can come out into the... I just put them into there first so it's still shaded and they get a bit of weather. Washingtonia can. That's going to go in front garden. That's going to go in front garden. Got a few little bits in here. 3 little tetrapanaxes growing off well, apart from maybe that one. Oh, it's got a new leaf coming. This one's looking really good. Loquat took from cutting. I forgot the name of that again. So yeah, so I will start, and I've got a couple of palms and stuff in house that I will then bring into here, but just not yet. Just maybe this time next week. All these other palms in here, everything's survived in greenhouse by the looks of it. Little Robellini. So yeah, spring is marching on. Marching in. And soon we'll be in the nice hot days of May and June, and the garden will be in full flow. Right, thanks for watching, bye.